All right, so welcome back, everybody.
It's good to be back.
This time, we're going to be looking into something kind of unique. It's a remix, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's a remix of a really, really well-known song.
Okay.
Crazy by Seal.
Oh, yeah, of course. Classic.
So this new remix is by Gorkiz and BRICCIO, and let me tell you, it's something else.
Yeah, I mean, Crazy is such a powerful song to begin with, so I'm really curious to hear how they reimagined it, especially for the electronic music scene.
Right. Okay, so first things first. Just listening to it, I mean, it's like night and day compared to the original. The original Crazy has this soulful, almost like a melancholy vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
But the remix, it's like they injected it with straight energy. It's like they kept the heart of Crazy, the emotion, but they turned it into this club anthem.
Absolutely. That driving bass line, it's just infectious. And then the way they layer in those synths, it's so bright and uplifting, a totally different soundscape compared to the original.
And the vocals are like almost robotic at times. Right? Like they put this vocoder effect on them.
Yes. It's this cool contrast with Seal's really warm vocals in the original. In the original, it's all about the raw emotion. But in the remix, it's like that emotion is being filtered through this electronic lens. It's almost like a commentary on how technology can shape our experiences.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. It makes you think about how maybe the remix is trying to show something about how we experience emotions differently in this digital age.
Exactly. We're constantly bombarded with information, with technology, and it can sometimes feel like we're losing touch with that raw human element. But at the same time, technology can also be a tool for expression, for connection. It's a complex relationship, and I think the remix captures that beautifully.
I love how it's making us think. And, it's not just the sound that's different. It's almost like the lyrics hit differently in this new context, too. Like when Seal sings, "We're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy," it takes on this whole new meaning when you hear it over those pulsating beats.
Totally. It's like an anthem for embracing your individuality, for breaking free from the expectations of society.
It's like the remix is telling us to let loose on the dance floor and just be ourselves. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid to be crazy.
Absolutely. And I think that's a message that really resonates with electronic music fans especially. It's about freedom, about self-expression. The dance floor becomes this space where you can shed all those inhibitions and just be who you truly are.
And, those lyrics, "But in a sky full of people, only some want to fly." Man, that line always gets me. What do you think flying represents in this context?
That's a great question. For me, it's about embracing your true self, even if it means going against the grain. It's about having the courage to be different, to stand out from the crowd. It's like, yeah, there are a lot of people out there, but only some are willing to take that leap of faith and really soar.
It's like flying is this metaphor for breaking free from the expectations of society and pursuing your own path, right? And that ties into the whole idea of being crazy in a good way.
Yeah, it's about not being afraid to be your authentic self, even if it means being labeled as different or unconventional.
It's about embracing those things that make you unique, the things that might make some people uncomfortable, but that make you feel truly alive.
Exactly. It's about celebrating those differences and recognizing that they're what make us special.
And think about all those images in the lyrics, like there's a church, there's a breaking wall, a gun. These are all these powerful symbols.
Yay!
And they're juxtaposed in a way that makes you think.
Right. They represent both the constraints and the potential for liberation that we all face in society. The church can be seen as a symbol of tradition, of conformity, but the breaking wall represents the possibility of breaking free from those constraints, of creating something new.
And the gun. What do you think that symbolizes?
Well, a gun can be a tool of destruction, but it can also be a symbol of power, of agency. It's like we have the power to choose how we navigate the forces that try to control us. We can either succumb to them or we can use that power to break free.
So for electronic music fans, this remix really hits on a lot of levels, right? It's got those driving rhythms, the build-ups, the drops, all the things that make you want to move. But then there's this deeper layer too. It's a song about individuality, about freedom, about embracing what makes you crazy in the best way possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they took this classic song, this anthem of self-expression, and gave it a fresh coat of paint, a new energy that's both exciting and thought-provoking.
And it's not just about dancing, right? It's about thinking, about questioning the world around us and our place in it.
It's about finding the courage to be ourselves, even when it's hard, even when it means being different. It's about recognizing that our differences are what make us beautiful and unique.
So, if flying in this song represents breaking free from societal pressures, what do you think it says about the choices we make in navigating those forces? That's something to think about as you listen to the rest of this awesome remix. We'll catch you back here next time for another deep dive.
See you then.
Enjoy the music.